Okay, we are live, everyone. This is Misha Houston. Welcome to my channel. I'm here with Haley, and we are going to be discussing if loving you is wrong. We could have done this earlier in the season, but we just decided to do it at the end. You want to go ahead and introduce yourself, Haley, and how everyone can contact you?
Yes, my real name isn't Haley, but this is my sister's YouTube channel.
Okay.
My real name is Larry. You guys can contact me through Facebook or Instagram. My Instagram is Mr.TylerPerry.shows. Um, and
Uh,
thank you for having me here with you on live.
okay, no problem. Can you say your name one more time? Your real
It's
name?
Larry Strickland.
Your name is what?
Larry Strickland.
Larry Strickland?
Yes, ma'am.
Oh, that's your name, Larry Strickland?
Yes, ma'am. I have to switch this YouTube account over because this is my sister' old YouTube account.
Okay. Okay. And my name is Misha Houston, and I do weekly reviews on my channel of If Loving You Is Wrong. And I will be doing those reviews when the haves and the have nots comes back on.
Yes,
Now,
ma'am.
I would like to go ahead and get started with our discussion of If Loving You Is Wrong. It's been a very strange season this season.
Mm-hmm.
It was not the worst season. I have to give it that. It was not the worst, but it certainly wasn't the best season. But it did have its moments. I have to admit that. Uh, what
Yes,
was
ma'am.
what was
The
some of
part,
your what were
oh, you
some
can
of
go.
your favorite moments?
The end of the season finale when Kelly had shot Travis, it was the best moment.
Oh yeah, absolutely, a great moment there. Kelly has been struggling with him for a good while now, and let me say this: I remember a scene where Kelly was receiving, hideous, obscene phone calls and messages from Travis. And I also remember a scene when she was talking to the police. Why didn't she give those messages to the police when she had the chance?
I
Le-
don't. I and the scene, like I know what scene you're talking about. You're talking about where Natalie was sitting beside her
Yeah,
and
I
Natalie
mean,
answered the phone.
and I'm also talking about the scene where they were when they were waiting for confirmation down by the lake. They were all at Alex's house, and she showed Esperanza the messages and had her listen to the messages of him saying ugly and evil things to her over the phone. Talking about his
Yes.
penis and talking about this and talking about that, leaving disgusting messages. And it was on the exact same night when Rick showed up. Rick, the police officer, showed up, and she did not give him, the police officer, the messages so he could hear. That was the proof that she really needed to let the police know that this man was truly harassing her. And I don't
Yes,
know
ma'am.
if, I mean, I
I
don't
think
know.
Rick, the
Go
police
ahead now.
officers. I think Rick, the police officers, them. I think they're with Travis because they don't be trying to help her or nothing. They don't show that they care or nothing. They treat her like her dirt.
Oh yeah, absolutely. They just believe that she's guilty. With believing all of the lies and the deceptions and the manipulations that he has going on. And it's very, very sad for Kelly to be going on through this. But I do agree with you. Her shooting Travis, was the best thing I've seen in a very long time. Absolutely.
And on the season premiere, I thought it was like gonna be wilding. After the gunshot in the house, I thought it was Travis, the one that shot the gun, but it wasn't. I thought it was him. He
No,
doing everything else up here.
no, yeah, actually, it was Justice who found the gun, which was another inconsistency that I found in the show, because
Yes,
I
ma'am.
remember when she was buying the gun for the first time, she specifically asked for a gun safe. She
And
asked for a
then,
gun safe.
yes, ma'am. And then Natalie Fran, the
Uh,
lady that stole her the gun,
yes.
um, it says that gun was stolen from Ramsey, which it makes it sound even more stranger.
Yes, I mean, it is a very strange situation, but this is my theory on that. My theory is that she No, my theory is that Travis stole Ramsey's gun and then switched Kelly's gun, the gun that she bought, with Ramsey's gun. That's
Yes,
what
ma'am.
I think it is. I don't think it was Michelle who sold her Ramsey's gun.
Me neither. I don't
No.
think it was.
No, I think Michelle, for all of her faults, or or whatever she had going on, I think she sold her a legitimate firearm. I really do. I
Yes,
really think that.
yes, ma'am. But Natalie, I mean, Natalie is acting. To me, Natalie is acting weird
Well, I mean, how do you think she's acting weird?
because, like, when Lucian was telling Natalie about the gun, Natalie acted like she was afraid to walk over there to Kelly and be,
Oh yeah.
like straight up with Kelly.
Oh yeah, she
And
was backpedaling. She knows she had made a mistake, a huge
yes,
mistake that could have costed, Kelly a lot. I mean, yeah, I mean, it was very uncharacteristic of her because, she's very much the confident woman, the strong, powerful, unafraid woman.
yes, ma'am.
Unafraid, to speak to people, no matter who they are, what they've done. And she speaks her mind, but then, in that scene, she was backpedaling and pussy popping, putting it like that.
Yes, ma'am. Like she
And
was like very afraid, to
mhm,
go over there and tell Kelly when she knows she the one got Kelly in that mess.
that's true. But I have to give Kelly credit. She finally pulled the trigger on this. And to me, with Kelly's character, it always felt like she was a mealy mouthed, cowardly type of woman.
Yes,
She
ma'am.
should have done something like this, a long time ago.
Yes, ma'am. Like she should have did it when he first started stalking her and when
Hmm.
he choked her and jumped
Oh
out her
yeah.
trunk.
Oh yeah, absolutely. I can understand her being afraid for a time, but I mean, she hit the tipping point way too late, in my opinion. She was too slow for on the draw for me, and
Yes,
it
ma'am.
and it kind of made me unsympathetic toward her character, even though she's being put through hell.
Yes, ma'am. And I don't think it's right. I don't think it's fair for Kelly to have to go through that. And she got her son Justice. And I wonder where was Justice at when she shot him.
He was probably asleep in bed. You
But I
know it.
think yes, ma'am. I think on the season premiere, yes, ma'am, he was sleeping in bed because I remember when she said that her son is in the ant room when he said let's go to the bedroom and she said no, that's too close to Justice room.
Yeah. I mean, yeah, he was asleep in bed, and I think she kept him in the living room specifically for that purpose. And she knew she was gonna kill him. She had the gun in her hand when she saw him through the window. She knew what was about to happen. And so I think she specifically kept him in that living room next to the front door, out of range of a bullet, for the sake of her son.
Yes, ma'am. But I really do think on the season premiere, which is next year, I heard it's January the 10th, I believe, a day after they have not. It's Wednesday.
Hmm.
It's Tyler Perry's changing the time. But I really do think on the season premiere that Justice is gonna, wake up and see Travis laying right there on the floor, all because he's waking up all because of the bullet shot that he heard. That's what I'm thinking.
Hmm. Well, yeah, I mean, mm, yeah, I think they're gonna, leave it right where they left off. They always do.
Yes, ma'am.
They always do. So, I mean, it's just speculation here. So we'll have to see, what's gonna happen later on, with that storyline. It was a very good storyline for Kelly, even though I just wish it had come ahead, a little bit sooner. They have
Yes,
a habit. Yeah, thank you. They have a habit of drawing these storylines out when they could have
yes,
been finished a long time ago.
yes, ma'am. But what I'm concerned about Rundle and Larry. I didn't at the beginning. I didn't know they was like did all that together until in the meet up until close to the season finale when they everything was starting to get exposed out.
Oh yeah, Larry really showed his true colors. He really did. I remember, right at the beginning of the first episode when Marcy went to see her, excuse me, went to see Larry in his office. I never would have guessed that he would have been the type of man, who was into BDSM, with the whips and the leather and the chains and all of that.
Because he ain't like he was into Marcy, like he wanted to be get with Marcy or whatever.
Yeah, he was always paying her compliments, and plus he's a married man. He's a married man. And come to find out, in the same episode, there was a little conversation between Randall and Larry. And you
Yes,
notice as that conversation goes on, you can hear the softness and the calmness in Randall's voice as they were talking to each other.
yes, ma'am.
And I mean, Randall never talked to anyone like he spoke to Larry. You
And
know,
I hope on the next season they get to where they was talking about. You remember he said we can do him like we did Michael, and then they did the
yeah.
little handshake thing.
Oh
I
yeah. I mean, oh yeah. I have no idea what they're going to do, and I had no idea that he was a queen, that he was interested. A gay man, a butch queen, a gay man, that he was
mhm.
interested in Randall like that.
I didn't even think Randall was like it happened before because I remember Randall saying, um, I think Randall said it was a one time thing, something like that. However,
Mhm.
I had to rewatch the episodes over because I'm planning to start doing reviews and everything next year. I'm
Mhm.
planning to start that when I start getting the camera and everything ready or whatever. I'm
Mhm.
planning to start that.
That's good. That's good. Yeah. I mean, it takes a lot of courage to get up here and talk about the show, but it's a good thing. It's a good thing in the long run. So if you get discouraged, don't worry about getting discouraged. It'll be a good experience for you. I believe it was for me.
Yes, ma'am.
Now, as far as Randall and Larry goes, as I said in my videos, I'm completely past the point of understanding with those two. But I think
Yes,
I, but I think I finally got the handle on it. Randall is a narcissistic person, and narcissistic people need to be worshipped and need to be praised and need, for their asses to be kissed. And I think
yes.
Larry provides that for him.
But I cannot wait. I know it's gonna come one of these seasons, but I cannot wait to see Alex get Marcy. I cannot wait because Marcy be too petty, and I can't. I know it's gonna happen one of these seasons.
Well, I mean, this is when it comes to Marcy and Alex, I'm gonna have to disagree with you. I don't think Marcy is being petty at all. I mean, think about what she's gone through. Marcy, in a previous episode, Marcy was the first person to come out and talk to Alex. They were friends. They were
Well,
friends, and what was Alex doing? Betraying her friend with her husband, making a fool out of her. And not
oh,
only that, Marcy spent a lot of money trying to have a baby with Randall, spent up all of her savings, over $100,000. So that money is gone. The
yes. Now I do
relationship,
have to agree with you on that one. I do have to agree with you on that one because it wasn't right for what Alex did, and two wrongs doesn't make anything right, and
yeah.
so it wasn't right for what Marcy did. So everyone did got back revenge. So basically, like like um Brad said, Marcy loves Randall. Marcy should get back, go back. Her and Randall should work things out like him and Alex are working things out.
Maybe, I mean, if Randall would shut his mouth and get over his anger, maybe they could get back together. Maybe they
Yes, ma'am.
could. But I mean, Randall is just completely unreachable right now. I mean, he is so, blinded by his anger and his rage over the whole situation, and he refuses to own up to his part. He is the one who started this entire situation. Him and Alex. They started
Yes, ma'am.
this whole situation, but I mean, he is refusing to acknowledge his part. And I think that's what Marcy is waiting for. I mean, she wants to hear him say that it was my fault. I was the
And
one who
he's
started
sorry.
this. Say it again.
I saying that he's sorry and he didn't
Yeah.
mean to start it.
Yeah, but I mean, he's never gonna say that. I mean, he's too narcissistic to own up to his own, mistakes and wrongdoings. He needs to harp on someone else's, you know. And
Yes, ma'am.
I don't think there's ever gonna be some sort of a reconciliation between those two. I mean, Alex, for all of her faults, she did own up to her part. She
Yes, ma'am.
did acknowledge to Brad that it was her fault. She said that, instead of me going to another man, I should have just talked to you and let you know how I was feeling, instead of just running off to another man.
Yes,
She
ma'am.
owned up to her part. So I can, kind of understand Brad's point of view a little, But
Yes, ma'am.
I don't think we'll ever see any kind of real reconciliation between Randall and Marcy. I think that marriage is over.
Yes, ma'am. Um, and Natalie, I didn't see Joey in none of these episodes.
No.
I didn't
Yeah,
see
that's
Joey.
yeah, we haven't seen Joey in his storyline. I mean, he's in prison right now. But I would have loved to have seen Tilda and
Yes,
her reaction to Quan's death and some sort of altercation between Natalie and Tilda. They had really good scenes together, excellent scenes together.
yes, ma'am. And it was the best scenes when they was in the hospital. That was the best scene.
Oh yeah, absolutely. My girl Natalie. She don't back down from a fight,
No,
from
ma'am.
anyone. And I also would have liked to have seen Julius and the mob situation with the
Oh,
Colombian cartel.
yes, ma'am.
We didn't see any of that.
And we didn't see Claudia in there.
No, we didn't see Claudia. It would have been nice to have her back, seeing as she is a federal agent herself. And I would have also have liked to seen Ben and Pete.
Yes, ma'am. Them too. Yes, ma'am.
Yeah. And what about Andrew? We still don't know what's been happening to Andrew.
But Andrew, I think, yeah, Andrew is dead. I think he's dead. Um, what's the name? Eddie shot him in the chest, shot
Yeah.
him in his chest, and tried to blame it on Alex, but Alex didn't do it.
I mean, it would be nice to see, some kind of way he would survive that.
Yes, ma'am.
I would very much appreciate it if they brought Andrew back, telling the story about everything. That would be a good shocker. They could have ended it, on something like that. Something, on a storyline that they have, tossed aside.
Yes, ma'am. And I'm not trying to bring Mr. Perry down or anything because don't get me wrong, I love Tyler Perry. I'm like one of the hugest fans.
Hmm.
Um, but it would have been nice, wonderful if he could have made the haves and have nots and this show right here way longer than any other season that he made. I mean, it'd have been very
Yeah.
wonderful.
Yeah, yeah. They only give us 9 episodes this time.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, I think that they're gonna give us the other half of the season later on, but maybe I mean 9 episodes. That's not very long for a Tyler Perry. You at least get 12.
Yes, ma'am. He at least give you to 11 to 12.
Yeah. What's another? Esperanza. There really isn't much to talk about with her. She's my least favorite character.
Yeah, I barely
Uh,
like her
yeah,
either.
I mean, I just she's just so corny and
Yeah.
silly and an irrelevant character. And
Yes,
I
ma'am.
mean, the only thing it seems to me like they just repeated her storyline that she had from the beginning. Now, back in the first season, as I recall, they were fighting over her. Eddie, versus Julius were fighting over Esperanza. Now here they
Yes,
are again having Eddie fighting Steven for
yes,
Esperanza.
yes, ma'am.
And it just seems to me like they don't have any kind of original story for her. She's just the girl that the guys are fighting over. And I mean, is that all? Is that all? I mean, her character is very shallow to me. I don't know.
Yes, yes, ma'am. And it's like lame. Miss Misha, May we get back to this like in a few minutes? Someone is knocking at my front door. I hate to cut this conversation off.
Okay, but we are live though. But I guess we can end it. We can end it and we can talk about it later.
All right.
Okay then.
What time do you think we can talk about it? I mean, it can be anytime, like tonight, tomorrow, anytime you want to.
Okay, maybe tomorrow then, and we can cut it off right now. Thank you, Haley. I mean, excuse me, Mary Strickland. Your name is
All
Mary,
right.
right?
No,
Thank you,
man, it's
Mary.
Larry. It's Larry.
Larry, okay, thank you, Larry, for joining me tonight, and we can talk about this later on.
All right,
Good
and if
night, everyone.
all right, if you need anything, you can contact me through here or Facebook or whatever. You know my social media. So,
Yeah, I got you. I got the address right here. Thank you
all
so
right,
much for joining us, and see you later.
all right.
Bye. Thank you, everyone, for joining us tonight. And I will be back later on during the week to talk about if loving you is wrong. Thank you, everyone, and have a great night. Bye.